What's up, guys? We're taking a look at some more NBA player props today over on Prize Picks. This video does apply to Prize Picks, but also sports books and other player prop sites out there. So whatever you're on, I got you covered, and we are on a 10-1 run, which is from yesterday. So a 10-1 day yesterday. I'll explain that in a second on how I went 10-1. Yesterday's video, by the way, was 2-0. If you count the Twitter plays yesterday, that was actually a 5-0 day, a 5-0 sweep over on Twitter. Gonna recap everything in just a little bit here, but if you are not on Prize Picks and want to join, the link is down in my description below, and using code DOMG gets you a 100% deposit match up to $100. Now to recap yesterday just a little bit, let's take a look here. So over on Twitter, I actually posted 3 fourth quarter props. I put SGA, Green, and Robinson. Those all cashed along with the 2 plays from the YouTube video yesterday, which I also posted to Twitter, which was Jones over points. Tyus Jones barely cashed that one. Thank God for that. And then Stephen Curry over PRA. So really good day yesterday, 2-0 on YouTube. Go follow me on Twitter so you guys can get in on these fourth quarter plays as well. DOMG props, subscribe here on YouTube, all that different stuff. And another announcement, by the way, because we had a 10-1 day yesterday, because all of my plays are now posted now on Dub Club. Dub Club, the link is down in my description below. You guys can get all my plays messaged through you between text message, email, or Telegram. A bunch of different options and a bunch of different tiers depending on what you want as well. You can get my all access, which contains NBA, potential college basketball, MLB, and NHL. Also, you guys can just choose one sport independently. If you're just interested in MLB, if you're just interested in NBA/college basketball, you can subscribe there as well. Or if you just want to try out like one free play from me, you guys can click on the get one free play right there and see potentially what I'm running. It'll be the last message that I put out, by the way, if you do click on that get one free play option right there. But I'm transferring everybody from my Patreon over to my Dub Club right now. So there's over like 500 members of my Patreon, 50 over on Dub Club currently. I'm starting to get those guys transferred over. They will all be transferred over by March 30th. But if you do want access to my Patreon, you guys receive everything that I'm playing. Also, my plays are ranked by confidence level with write-ups to go with my main plays. And there's 4 different tiers like I showed you guys, and MLB is coming. So really excited for the MLB season, one of, if not my best. And by the way, fourth quarter plays are here. 4-0 sweep yesterday on fourth quarters, plus 15.4 units this month so far, plus 15.4 units. Really good month so far, up even bigger in like the last like 2 weeks or so. So really good day yesterday at 10-1. Really long intro. I just had to explain the Dub Club transfer and all that different stuff. So that link is down in my description below. If you do want to check out my Dub Club, you guys check that out with the link down in my description below and get my plays just straight up text messages to you. So if you want to join that, link is down in my description below. A bunch of different pricing options and things like that. But let's hop in now. Just all the links are down in my description below. Also, the subscribe button is down there as well. If you do want to subscribe to the channel, have those post notifications turned on so you not miss future videos. Sorry for the long intro. Let's finally hop in. Just had to explain some things. This one is going to be a pretty much a first half video. If you don't know what the first half category is, just first half player props. Amazing when it comes to Prize Picks. Prize Picks has absurd value on this NBA first half board. So this is, I haven't really seen this on sportsbooks or other player prop sites, pretty much just Prize Picks. So Prize Picks exclusive. Again, if you want to join, link is down in my description below. But I'm going to go with the first half PRA category. And this unfortunately got bumped as I was going to record this, but I'm still playing it because it did not get bumped to 12.5. I'm going with Clint Capela over 12 first half PRA. I have him over 11.5 on Patreon. Patreon members, or now Dub Club members have him over 11.5 first half PRA, but I also still like him at 12, just not 12.5, but you do have a little push potential if he does land on that 12 number, but I like him to have over 12 first half PRA against the Washington Wizards today, and let me explain why. Let's start off here by taking a look at this game here. So this game right here is he's going to be on the road going to Washington, so it says a 3.5 point spread with a 236 over under, which is pretty nice. They're not expecting a blowout, and the over under is at 236. They're expecting a lot of points to be scored, potentially a very fast pace with a lot of rebounds potentially also to be grabbed, maybe some assists for Capela as well. He's not really a big assist guy, but he can definitely dish it out if he wants to. But taking a look at how the Wizards match up, they aren't too terrible of a matchup. They're kind of right in the middle of the pack when it comes to like PRA, really. The last 7 games, though, when it comes to Washington, they are still kind of right in that same range if you do take a look at it. It's not like a crazy bad matchup or anything right there. They're allowing some of the most rebounds per game in the last 7 games to the center. They're allowing the 3rd most rebounds per game. So potentially, if you want to take a full game prop, maybe look at his rebounds. It's really up to you, of course. Make sure you tailor your risk and always look at these props a little bit more on your own, by the way. Always do your own research. But when it comes to Clint Capela here, let's take a look at his hit rate and things like that. He is a minus 125, by the way, to go over 22.5 full game PRA. And also, he is over this in 7 of his last 10 games and 63% this season. 63%. That's over his 11.5, by the way. So he's at least pushed in 63% of games this season and 7 of his last 10. He also already faced the Wizards this season and actually dropped 16. He just dropped 16 against them. He hasn't been under this since 2016. Last time he went under this was 2016 against the Wizards, and he actually they don't even show his minutes right there. So Clint Capela, he's had some pretty good games against the Wizards, you could say, when it comes to his first half PRA. So we just faced them just on February 28th, had 15 minutes and 16 PRA, so I like the spot right there for Clint Capela. If you want to take a look, by the way, on DGF Optimizers, if you want to check this out, the link is down in my description below. Using that link gets you $5 off. It shows you really, really good value plays when it comes to prize picks, underdog, other apps like that, sports books also. Shows you really good value plays because obviously sports books are very, very sharp. Their lines are really, really tight. So that gives you some edge on prize picks. You can see like right now that he's actually at 23 full game PRA, and he's a minus 125 to go over 22.5 PRA on the sports book. So they like him at a 51.26% odds to hit his full game PRA. So that is Clint Capela right there. Pretty simple breakdown for him. It's a really, really good hit rate, and it should be a pretty good matchup. Went over last time he faced him. There's a lot of different reasons why I do like Clint Capela. He's been kind of my train lately. I've definitely been rocking with some Clint Capela quite a lot lately. So let's go over though to the NBA first half category again for player prep number 2. I'm going to go with the fantasy score category this time. I'm going to go with the fantasy score. This is a pretty big sleeper, I think. I think I found a pretty good value prop here. I'd be pretty sad if it doesn't hit. I'm not gonna lie, because I think this is pretty sneaky good value. It's Kentavious Caldwell-Pope over 9.5 first half fantasy score. KCP and his 9.5 first half fantasy score. Let's see what we got going on there with KCP. So that's my second pair, or that's my pair for Clint Capela, my second play in today's video. So when it comes to him, let's take a look at this game real quick. So the Nuggets game is gonna be one of the later games today. He's gonna be at home, going against the Chicago Bulls. Full game props are going to be definitely a little bit tough because this game does have some blowout potential with the 9-point spread. Don't have to worry about that with a first half player prop. 225.5 over under right there in this game. So it's kind of right in the middle of the road, not anything too crazy there. But if you take a look at how the shooting guard matches up against the Bulls when it comes to fantasy score this season, take a look at the shooting guard here, and then we'll narrow it down to fantasy score. Take a look at that. Then we'll take a look at his hit rate and things like that. So let's go over to the shooting guard category here, and then go by fantasy score and kind of sort this out here and see where the Bulls rank. So the Bulls, they're kind of on the easier side right there. They actually, I think that's top 10, 3, 6. I think they're allowing the 9th most fantasy score per game to the shooting guard this season. Last 7 games, if you scroll down a little bit, they do get a little bit harder, but they're still kind of right in the middle of the pack. They are allowing some of the most points per game to the shooting guard in the last 7 games, so if you take a look at that, they're allowing the 5th most points per game. So not too terrible of a spot for his points either, I don't think. But his hit rate is where it gets really, really crazy here. He's over his first half fantasy score. By the way, PrizePicks goes by FanDuel scoring right here. You can see right here in the FanDuel category right there, the FD. So he's actually over this in 10 of his last 11 games. 10 of his last 11 and 21 of his last 25. 21 out of 25 right there in his last 25 games. Also, when he sees 16 plus minutes, which he should see in this game, you can see how many minutes he's been having recently. He's only had 1 game under that since this Minnesota game right here back in February, where he's been under 16 minutes, and it was right there against Cleveland, where he actually went over with 15 minutes. He's over this in 23 of his last 25 games with 16 plus minutes. 23 out of 25 of his last 25. He also already faced the Bulls earlier this season and had 14.6 fantasy scores, so I really do like the spot right here for KCP over in his last matchup. 23 of his last 25 when he actually sees his 16 plus minutes. It just kind of narrows it down because you have like this Hawks game right here. He probably still would have been under, but he did only have 12 minutes in this game right there against Atlanta. So it's just a tougher spot right there. But when he actually sees minutes, he's been very, very good. Also, just in general, 21 of his last 25 games, he's been over this. 10 of his last 11. So KCB has been a monster. He's coming off of a loss, but that was with 8 shot attempts. So he just really did not hit as much as he should have. He should have made a little bit more shots. Maybe got a steal or a block in there. But if he gets a steal or a block, this will be a great, great spot for sure. But I think you can go over this even without a steal or a block. Hopefully, he does not turn the ball over. If he does, hopefully it's only one time. But I'll get spot a lot here for KCP along with Clint Capela over his first half PRA. So if you want to check out my Twitter, you can see all my fourth quarter plays tonight. Not all of them, actually. All of my fourth quarter plays are, of course, on my Dub Club. The link is down in my description below. 10-in-1 day yesterday over on my Dub Club / Patreon. But make sure you join the Dub Club, not the Patreon, because I'm switching over to Dub Club. But yeah, really excited with how everything's been going. Again, 10-in-1 day, 5-0 day over on Twitter yesterday, 2-0 in the YouTube video. Looking to continue to cash a little bit today. Thank you guys for watching. And generally, if you make it to the end of these videos, by the way, seriously, I do love you. Giveaways coming soon, by the way, over my Twitter. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next one. Peace out, boys. Best luck tonight. Tail at your own risk.